Week 5 NFL is in the books. Welcome back to Just a Bet Outside. And we're going to do a little NFL recap for those wild games we had today. We went 6-4. We had another good week, up 1.81 units, which is awesome. Anytime you have a plus in front of your units, it's always good. So year to date, we're now 24-22, and we are up 7.06 units. So we'll keep this rolling a little bit, and we'll go over that. But real quick before we start, did anybody see that Mariners game? Oh, baby, was that awesome. One of the biggest comebacks in Major League Baseball history. We swept the Toronto Blue Jays. We sent all the Canadians back home, and we are moving on, baby. Moving on. And my wife took a good video of me freaking out when that last out. That was awesome. Anyways, enough of that. If you're a huge Mariner fan, comment below. I'd love to talk Mariners. Other than that, we also, a little housekeeping, NBA Western Conference and Eastern Conference preview videos are coming out in the next couple days. We are excited about that. That's for sure. Me and Ryan talk a lot of basketball, and so it's going to be fun to do that on the podcast. So we'll do that, and we'll get our schedule out about what we're going to do during the season. Probably do a few videos and some Instagram and get some bets out to you. So that's where we are there. For all you guys that have subscribed and girls, we appreciate it. I think we're up to 72 or something like that right now. We're getting close to 100, so that's pretty exciting. We just started not too long ago. So thank you very much for that. Keep sharing, keep liking, and subscribing. Other than that, we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna go over our bets recap page and see how we did. So it looks like we had a pretty good week, as you can tell. We had a little James Robinson over 61.5 rushing yards. That was not so good. He didn't do very well. We're going to talk about all these bets in a little bit, but that was ugly. Ryan hit on the Cowboys plus 5.5. I mean, they won the game outright. That was easy. And the money line parlay of Bucks and Titans money line, that was not easy. But we won, so that's pretty good. We go over to my bets. I hit my money line parlay, so we did go in those parlays. 49ers and Eagles money line, that was a little sweaty too. My under 39, I'm not happy. I'm not happy about that one. That was ugly. That was ugly. Browns plus 2.5 was a winner. And then my Ravens 2.5 on the first half. We just watched that game not too long ago. I'm just not a happy camper right now. The Ravens are, I think they're on my do not bet list for a little while. Then we had some Instagram bets. We already talked about the first two. We had 2 winners on Thursday Night Football, as you can see there. And then we had Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown also tonight. So we were 0-2 on the picks tonight. So it was, pretty good week overall. That's for sure. Anytime, we're right around 2 units on the positive side, then that's good. So that's where our recap page is now. And now we're going to get into these games a little bit because we need to talk some football. So first game, the first winner that we had was Browns plus 2.5. I mean, I needed every point of that one. It was they lost by 2. They missed a kick at the buzzer pretty much to win the game. Which is fine with me. Either way, I still won the bet. But what do you think about this game?
Man, that Chargers coach, that is a terrible decision. Heard his press conference after the game saying he believed in his defense. If you believe in your defense, don't you just punt it away? Like, why are you
Yeah.
going for it on 4th down? You went for it because you don't believe in your defense. What are you doing? And it shows. Nick Chubb, 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's just gashing them. If they didn't have Eckler playing that game, Eckler went off, had like, I don't know, what was it? 173 total yards and 2 touchdowns. If they didn't have Eckler, it's over. But man, that coach, and you've gone off on him before. Terrible decisions.
Remind me the exact. It was. I don't remember the yard line exactly, but it was like 4th and 2, right? With like what was it, a minute and a half left or something? The Chargers had, and they were up 2. And instead of just kicking and pinning the Browns back to the 10 or 20 or whatever they get there, they decided to go for it and give the Browns really good field position, and they should have lost. They just missed a field goal. The Browns did. So otherwise, we'd be talking about Staley again. I'm telling you, Staley's done after this year. He's not cutting it. His decisions are brutal. And you're right. If you trust your defense, you punt it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't get that at all.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it
make sense.
doesn't make any sense. Yeah, not at all. And the game kind of went like I thought and what we talked about last video. I mean, they ran the ball all over them, and
Mhm.
the Browns should have ran more probably, but Chubb and Hunt just had a day.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was a close game. It was sweaty, but that was a good winner for us. I almost took money line. I'm glad I didn't because I'd be really pissed that field goal was missed at the end. So
Yeah. Yeah. It was a
yeah,
good,
so
entertaining game. I mean,
it was.
they were
Yeah,
up. Both teams went up, both teams went down. It was a roller coaster, so it was an exciting game to watch. It just
yeah,
poor coaching at the end. Wow, crazy.
it was. It was brutal. Yeah. Second winner, moneyline parlay. I had the 49ers and Eagles moneyline. 49ers, that was an easy win. Okay, 49ers look really good, and the way the rest of the division is, this looks like the 49ers division to run away with at some point this year. Jeff Wilson, their running back, had 17 carries for 120. I mean, he just gashed them. And we'll get into why I lost the under later, but I have to say something. Just a quick little soapbox. Can I go on my soapbox real quick?
Yeah.
Why the hell is Baker Mayfield still a starting quarterback in the NFL? Please, someone comment below. Let me know. I don't understand it. Like, I really do not understand it. He is horrendous, okay? He is 30 and 34 as a starting quarterback, okay? And he did that with like the best running game in the NFL with the Browns. He had everything. And he could not win. He can't throw deep. He just throws short passes. He gets balls deflected left and right. He throws picks. I've said this a million times, but he sucks. He's not a starting quarterback. He needs to be a backup where if you bring him in, you're like, okay, that's not terrible, but as a backup, that's exactly what he is. And I don't know if you agree or if I'm being too harsh on the guy. I know the Panthers have a bad line, but I'm curious your thoughts. But for me, he is bad and needs to go to the bench. He's brutal.
I don't think they have anything else in Carolina right now. You go to Sam Darnold and you're going to just throw picks and it's going to be bad as well. The line, yes, is bad, but you're right. I was cheering for Baker. I wanted Baker to have a good year, but he's playing terrible football. And maybe you're right about him with the Browns too. I thought maybe getting away from Odell, away from the Browns, like I said a couple different times, was going to help. And I was wrong. He's a bad quarterback. You're right. A backup comes in, go 500, and you'll be all right. And hang on until your starter comes back.
Exactly. No, that's exactly right. You said a couple words that I wanted to reiterate. Did you say "you're right"? I don't remember if I was. Was it "you're right"?
Yes,
Okay.
you are right. I know
Yeah.
that's not how the top 10's been going for you because, you and a couple of those teams there.
Okay.
But
Stay focused on the subject, please. So listen, Baker Mayfield sucks, but he's just not very good, and they're not going to get anywhere. They drafted the quarterback out of, was it Ole Miss?
I
I
don't
haven't.
remember.
I
Yeah,
forgot to
forget.
check if he got hurt or if he's not available because I'm guessing he would be in right now. He may have gotten hurt. I have to check that. Sorry,
Is
I
it Philip
forgot.
Walker? Because some guy named Philip Walker came in today and went
No,
like 5 of 6, but that's not the guy we're talking
no,
about.
no, that's not the guy. I can't believe I'm spacing on the name right now. But either
Yeah, that's
way,
terrible.
I think he got hurt because yeah, he's not. Otherwise, he'd be playing because Darnold, you're right, is not an option. He's horrendous
No,
too. So,
I would
anyways,
definitely
enough
go with
about
him.
that. Yeah, the Eagles money line was the other second part of this. I got a little lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I have to just say a few things. First of all, Kyler overthrew Ertz, right?
Oh, that was bad.
He was wide open. I mean, we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about the last drive. He was wide open, overthrew him. I got lucky on that. And then Kyler decided to slide about a yard before the first down marker. And then and then he spikes it. What are
Well,
you doing,
you
Kyler?
have to spike it, but yeah, you lost.
Yeah. You had to stop the clock. You're right. But you have to know where the sticks are as a quarterback.
Yeah.
So now you spike it, and now it's fourth down. You have no choice but to kick a long field goal. The game, like you couldn't do anything else. You couldn't go for it on fourth down because what if you don't get it? You got to take your chance when you have it. So, anyways, I got lucky there. I just have to say a stat real quick. Jalen Hurts has not thrown a touchdown pass in 3 of the 5 games he's played. What do you think about that?
That's got to get better, I think, for the playoffs. I know I have them as my top number 1 team in my top 10, but
You're
playoff
right.
times, you gotta be able to hit those tight windows in the red zone. You can't just run everything in. Playoff football, defense really steps up. So yeah, he's got to
Yeah,
improve on that.
definitely. And another great stat, crazy stat. He's a quarterback, right? Not a running back. 4 passing touchdowns this year and 6 rushing. Is that
Yeah,
insane or what?
that 600-pound squat that they'd be talking about. He just bulldozes people right into the end zone.
He does. Whatever gets the win. They are now 5-0, and they have a big Sunday night football matchup next week. So I'll be curious to see how that goes. But yeah, any other thoughts on that game before we move on? Eagles Cardinals.
I feel like they should have pulled away, and the Cardinals kept it close, and the Cardinals do what they do, kind of come back late and make it scary for the other team, whether they get the win or not. I mean, that's why I've said before, put the team away if you have a chance. Don't let teams stick around for any reason. Cut the
Yeah,
head off of the snake.
I agree because they're all professional players and they can all do
Mhm.
it. Now listen, the Eagles didn't look great, but they're not gonna they shouldn't win every game. I did say they might go 17-0, but they shouldn't win every game, but they just keep finding ways to win. But, anyways, moving on. Cowboys, Rams. Holy cow, do the Rams suck right now. I mean, their offensive line is in just disarray. Stafford doesn't know what to do. He's afraid of getting hit because he gets hit almost every play. And he looks at Cooper Kupp and pretty much nobody else. Allen Robinson is useless on that team. They are just struggling. And because of their O-line, they can't get a running game going, which they feed off of a lot. And so Cowboys plus 5.5 was easy. Ryan thought about taking the Cowboys money line. And we should have, and we just didn't get there. But plus 5.5 was an easy winner. Thoughts on this game?
I mean, you nail a lot of it. The Rams can't run the football. A lot of what Stafford does is push the ball down the field. But when you don't have time in the pocket to do that, everything has to go short. Defenses are on it. Cooper Kupp's his only option as a receiver. He caught one and went off for 75 yards. Other than that, they did nothing. Three points without that 75-yard touchdown. Just can't move the ball. The Cowboys do have a good pass rush and get to the quarterback a lot, so that helps. Micah Parsons kind of tweaks something, it looked like. He was on the bicycle every now and then. So curious to see how that turns out. Hopefully he's healthy and fine.
He came back, I believe, just so you know. I think he came back.
Yeah, I saw that. So hopefully it gets better, going into next week.
He got a sack, actually, when he came back.
I think he ended it with a sack.
The Cowboys had 5 sacks, and the Cowboys' offense, again, was atrocious, but it didn't matter. Not atrocious, okay? They weren't that bad. They ran for 163 yards, so they ran all over the Rams. They only passed for 76. I don't think he attempted many passes, but it was just a running game for them. They keep living every week, run and play defense, run and play defense, run and play defense. That's what they do. And when Dak comes back, if they start changing to we got to huck the ball all over, does that change the game, change their defense? We'll see. But I got to give this stat out. I'm going to just blow your guys' mind right now. Super Bowl champion Rams, Sean McVay, known for offense. They have 2 touchdowns in the last 9 quarters. 9 quarters. And they have 2 touchdowns. It's brutal. That's just brutal. Anyways, easy winner. Cowboys plus 5.5. Rams are in trouble. Moneyline parlay, another winner. This is Ryan's bet. Titans and Bucks. Titans game, Ryan. I'll let you take that away. Thoughts on how that game went with the Commanders?
That game was the Derrick Henry show. He had 28 rushes for 102 yards. I mean, they just stuck with it. They're like, we're going to run the ball. We don't care if it's a great average. We're just going to turn it around and hand it to Derrick Henry, King Henry, and we're going to let him win us the game. It got close, very scary down there in the red zone with Carson Wentz trying to throw touchdowns to win the game. I was like, man, I don't want to lose at the very end on this bet. It ruined all of it. And thankfully, he threw a terrible pick. I feel like they ran some poor plays down there in the red zone for him. Maybe get him to boot out a little bit. Maybe do a draw, sneak a halfback in, something. No, it's all tight window throws, and I don't think Carson Wentz excels in those plays.
No,
so yeah,
at all. Yeah, no, you said it. And I think the Titans' game plan again was just try to play D, run the ball, and wait for Carson Wentz to make mistakes because that's what he does. So I think that's kind of what they were doing. It almost backfired. We were both freaking out at the end of that game at the goal line. It was, it was wild. It was awesome that they got that win because at that point we already knew, I think, that the Bucks had won.
Which wasn't. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, speaking of the Bucks, I mean, that game was closer than it should have been. I just have 2 things to say about that game. First, Mike Evans is a stud. I think people think, okay, he's a good receiver. I don't think we understand how many 1,000-yard receiving yards seasons he's put up and the kind of catches he makes. He is so solid. He is unbelievable. I mean, Brady is nothing without Mike Evans. He made a great catch again today. Anyways, I just want to point that out. And second of all, I'm happy the Bucks won and got the calls. That roughing the passer penalty on Tom Brady was one of the worst calls I've ever seen. Like, it actually made me mad. And it was for me. It helped our bet. And I was livid. And the ref after the game, did you see what he said?
No, I missed it. What happened?
Oh, he said he called it because he slammed the quarterback down. He threw him down unnecessarily. What they're saying is he didn't have to sack Brady. He had an option to not tackle him. And he should have done that. That was unfreaking believable. Please go. I can't even he didn't slam his head down. Is this because Tua got hurt? I don't understand it. Please clear it up for me.
Oh, I
I don't
can't.
get it.
There was a bad call. It's actually the same ref that had made the bad call in the Bills, and was it the Ravens last week,
Oh, I didn't know
against
that.
Josh Allen? Yeah, same exact
Oh, wow.
head ref where the guy came in, tried to hit Josh Allen, hit him a little bit. Allen's on the ground, pound his fist on the ground, and the ref gives him the call. Terrible call there too. Same dude for Tom Brady one. Both terrible calls. So maybe it's somewhat because of Tua thing. So I was looking at the replay. I was like, okay, I didn't see the replay at first. Maybe he did twist him. I can see it if he twisted him and slammed him to the ground. Then okay. I don't agree with it, but I know it's a penalty and you got to throw the flag for the quarterback. But he didn't even do that. That's not even what happened. He like set him on the ground after he twisted him. Brady's head didn't bounce off the turf.
Yeah. No,
Nothing.
not at all. Yeah,
Oh
he didn't at all.
man.
He threw him down and got right off. It is unbelievable, and it could have cost the Falcons a win, and it was brutal. It was terrible, and those need to be reviewed because those change games, and it's
Yes.
such an awful call. It's such an awful call. Anyways, I'm done. Okay,
What about for
I'm
us?
just passionate about football. Okay, we won, but I am passionate about football, and that stuff just irritates me. Sorry. Do you have anything else on this game?
Falcons
Okay.
offense is really bad without Patterson.
They
Yeah.
need to rely on the run. We talked about it. They can't rely on Mariota to win games. He ran a
Yeah.
lot too, actually. He had an okay game.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the summary. Mike Evans, stud, ref, sucks. Here we go.
Nailed it.
Two other winners with the Instagram bets on Thursday. We don't talk about it. We already did last week. Under 42, easy winner because Russell Wilson sucks. Pierce over 36.5 receiving yards. Those were our two Instagram winners. Now let's go to the losers. I just got heated and we went over the winners. So
Oh
hopefully I
boy.
can keep this. Hopefully I keep it together. Under 39, 49ers, Panthers. Good bet, Steven. How'd I do?
That
That
was
was ugly.
close.
No, it
The
wasn't. I think you weren't doing math right because you were texting me with some hope and it was already over. So
yeah.
under 39, the 49ers scored at will, which I knew they had a chance. But listen, I make fun of the Panthers offense a lot. I guess I overestimated how good their defense was because they suck too. And they gave up a lot of points. The 49ers did look good. But the pick six by Baker, I did worry about that a little bit. A pick six hurts
Yep.
my under, obviously, and that was a defensive score. So that hurt. But either way, I think the game was in the 50s. It was ugly. We talked about this game. Do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, that one sucked for the score. And yes, I was texting you like, we still have hope. This last play really hurt us, but I think we got a chance. And then you're like, no, dude, you can't do math right. You're way wrong. And
Yeah,
yeah,
it's over. Yeah.
it's already over. I
Stop
was like,
talking.
oh,
Stop talking
yep.
about it. I was already mad. Yeah. So while we were prepping for this video, we were watching the Ravens-Bengals game. And the Ravens were up 10-0. Again, we're looking good. I have Ravens minus 2.5 in the first half. This is when they play well. They're up 10-0. And guess what the Ravens do? They go into disappear mode, like always. Except this time, they wanted to do it in the first half because they knew I bet the first half. So instead of fading in the second, they sucked in the second quarter. They gave up 10 points. Offense did nothing. Bengals hit a field goal almost at the end of the second quarter, and it's 10-10. I lose the bet. Ravens are on my do not bet list. So if I start talking about the Ravens and wanting to bet them, will you remind me of this moment, please?
I'll
Because
try.
I
I'll do
have
my
no
best.
idea what quarter they are going to show up at. So, anyways, do you have any thoughts on this Ravens Bengals game? Ravens pulled it out at the end with the field goal.
I thought it was going to be more high scoring, especially after Lamar's last game where he didn't do good. So I thought there was a chance of him being like, oh no, I'm still MVP type quarterback and going to have a good game. Thought same thing with Joe Burrow. And that was not the case. Lamar missed some deep throws that just overthrew his guys and was like, that's a brutal one. It was 4th and 2. He's telling his coach, no, we got this. And he rolls right, looks downfield, and has a wide open dude, looks like a genius, and he overthrew him by 10 yards. Wasn't even close. It's like, oh man. So yeah.
He needs to run the ball to be the superstar. He can miss those throws sometimes, and that's why maybe the Ravens were reluctant on giving him guaranteed full contract. I don't know. But yeah, they got the win still. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Someone's going to
problem
pay
I
that
have
man.
Oh, yeah, someone definitely will. He's still a stud. But the problem I have is just I just don't know what Ravens are going to show up quarter to quarter, and it's just bizarre to me. And they had no receivers. I think Bateman was out that game too, which hurts. But if you're overthrowing guys, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so that's the Ravens. We got James Robinson over 61.5 rushing yards. Take it away, Ryan. How was that bet?
Can I just leave the room? That wasn't even
Nailed it.
close. Just no. The Jags, put them in the top 10 there for a week, and then they're like, oh, we suck still. So don't do that. Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence looked bad. So I think that also didn't help for the running game. That's the Houston Texans. Come on, 6-6 and then 13-6 and you lose. Huh, come
6
on,
points
man.
at home against the Texans is unacceptable, by the way. You're
Yeah, no,
obviously not ready to take the next step. It's absolutely unacceptable. Yeah.
we talked about it. They have no rush defense. They can't tackle. And here it is. Like, what?
Yeah.
Come on.
And if you're looking at James Robinson player prop bets, he had 10 carries, and I think ETN had 10 carries. So,
Yeah.
and I think Robinson had under 10 carries last game. So maybe we should have just seen ahead of time, like, maybe they're kind of splitting more. Maybe they're not James Robinson, they're not featuring him. But so that was a rough bet. We lost that one, and I think they had 10 carries. He had 10 carries for 27 yards. Yeah, 2.7 yards a carry. That's not good. But yeah, they were 0 for 3 on fourth downs. I mean, the whole thing was just ugly. They're not ready for it. So that was a rough loss. Last loss that we had, then we can stop talking about these crappy ones. Lamar anytime touchdown. Yeah, so as you can tell, we were sitting really good until that Sunday Night Football game. Then we went 0-2. But we thought Lamar would score. I think it was plus 130. We took a chance. This was an Instagram bet in case you didn't see that. And yeah, so we lost that one, unfortunately. But that's it.
There's a few
That's all right.
chances. They were close to the goal line that I thought maybe he'd get one in, and then there in the fourth quarter, he takes it down the sideline and trips over his
Oh,
own dude's foot. They still win the
I
game
th-
off of that
yep.
play, but like we were there,
I
we're
think you
like,
would have
yes,
gone.
yes, that's it. He's gone. I thought the safety came up too high, it got blocked, and we had a chance, and then he tripped over the dude's foot and was like, oh,
Yeah.
that would have been so
Yeah.
nice.
Those are fun videos watching us here on camera, just prepping for this video and watching this game. I was freaking out. He's gone. He's gone. Oh, crap. He tripped over his own guy. But, anyways, that's right. It's a plus 130. We took a chance, lost that, but still good 6-4, up 1.81 units on the weekend. So it was good. We're still moving forward. So let's go quickly over these other games that happened this week, and then we're going to do a little Monday Night Football preview, and then we'll wrap it up. So Giants at Packers. I don't know if you were up early enough on the West Coast, but the Giants upset the Packers. The Giants are 4-1. 4-1. Are they legit? Are they like a contender? Or are we talking pretender here for the
Whoa,
Giants?
whoa, whoa. We can't give that away quite yet. We got video later down the road to do contenders and
I
pretenders,
know,
but
but we have to talk about this team. I mean, 4-1, and I think they suck, but they keep winning. I don't understand. Like, am I
I
missing something?
Barkley's having a great year. That's helping.
Yes,
Daniel Jones, I
correct.
don't think is throwing as many picks, and he's kind of will run the football here and there. He did before, but like,
Hard to throw more. Yeah, it's hard to throw more than what he was doing, but yeah, okay.
yeah. So, but I think off of the few wins that they got early on, with the game against the Tennessee Titans, the 2-point score, it kind of just gave this team, the locker room, like the hope, like, oh, we can do this, and just a different culture. And I think it's definitely showing that they can win football games, and they're gonna be a team that can potentially, yeah, win some
I
games.
agree. I agree. I credit the coach because I actually thought Brian Daboll, I don't know how to exactly pronounce it, but Brian Daboll, he was a good coach in Buffalo. He was highly respected. So I think he's changing the culture, like you said. I think that's huge. Um, maybe they're getting lucky, or maybe there's that team that knows how to pull out close wins. I'm not sure. We've talked about the Packers and on offense. They had 300 total yards. That's not an Aaron Rodgers type offense. They're just struggling. They're just not consistent. I'm very confident the Packers have no shot at winning a Super Bowl this year because they just don't have the weapons on the outside.
Yep.
So I don't know what you think about that, but I just think they have no chance.
I don't think they know who they are as a team. Like the week they look really good and like crushed the Bears, they ran the ball. They ran the ball good. They ran the ball well. They got it to AJ Dillon. They got it to Aaron Jones, and those two won the game. This game they try and go back to let Aaron Rodgers do his thing. That's not the team no more, guys. Your team is run the football, get those two guys the ball, and play some good defense. Didn't happen.
Yeah. Isn't that weird that the game plan against the Packers now is let's just stop the run and make him pass with Aaron Rodgers? That's crazy. So anyways, no weapons. Next game, Lions at Pats. We don't need to talk a lot about this. This was an absolute blowout. Um, Let me just say it. The Lions, they suck again. They really do. They are 1-4. All the hope going into this, Detroit fans, we're making the playoffs. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're going to win the division. No, you're not, and you're not even like showing any signs. Your defense gave up, what was it, 29 points today
Yep.
to the Patriots? That's like giving up 50 to a normal team. The Patriots were on their third string quarterback. What did you say? He went 17 to 21?
I had it written down. I think I erased it or something like that. But yeah, something like that. It wasn't terrible at all.
17 to 21, third string quarterback. Your defense gave up almost 50 to the Seahawks. And now you give up 29 to a third string quarterback in the Patriots, and you score 0. This team is actually in shambles. I thought they were going to be better finally. And I think they have a good coach. They just are not putting it together. As a Lions fan, I feel bad for you. As a Mariner fan, I feel bad for myself and everybody else that's a Mariners fan. But we're in the playoffs now, and we're making noise, so I can kind of slowly release it. The Lions have made the playoffs 8 times since 1991. 8. Guess how many of those they've won, Ryan?
Not very many.
The big goose egg. 0-8.
Yep.
I feel bad for the Lions fans. I don't want to talk about this game anymore. I think you're good to move on. Lions suck. Steelers at Bills. Steelers suck. This is the show about sucking. Okay, the Steelers are brutal. We knew this game. This is a 14-point spread, and I think when you first looked at it, you couldn't believe it. And I texted you during the game. I was like, and that's why it was a big spread. Josh Allen had almost 350 yards passing at halftime. The record, I think, was like 550. He would have got it if they cared and played him and threw the ball. Any other? Gabe Davis had huge catches. That was painful to watch because I had him on my bench. I don't know why I didn't start him. Anyways, thoughts on this, Ryan?
Josh Allen, that's a good team. Impressive quarterback right there. Really hucks the ball down the field. That Gabe Davis one, that definitely looked like an interception, and somehow Gabe Davis like rips it away from, I think it was Micah Parsons, or not Micah Parsons. What's
Steelers corner? I forgot the Steelers corner.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. He's a really good free safety as well. But yeah, he just kind of like ripped it away at the end. The other guy had like both hands. Gabe Davis was like, "Oh wait, it's mine." He like stuck out a paw and brought it to his chest. It was crazy. But yeah, Kenny Pickett threw the ball a lot. Had an okay like stat line. Got a lot of yards. Threw 1 interception only, but all for naught because 3 points doesn't do anything in the NFL.
He had no chance. They gave him a terrible deck of cards and said, "Go to Buffalo and try to win." It was just they had no chance. Steelers are bad. Mike Tomlin might need to leave and find a new team because they're full rebuild mode. I mean, they need to get that offensive line figured out and also learn how to play defense when TJ Watt is not in the lineup.
Right.
That'd be a good idea. Texans at Jags. We already talked about that, maybe.
Yeah, we did a little bit.
Trevor Lawrence needs to pick it up. He just needs to. He just needs to make it happen. I do want to say this. Dameon Pierce is a good running back.
Wow.
He is a good young running back for the Texans. I mean, he looks good. He is breaking tackles. He has good vision. I'm impressed by him. I don't know what you think of him, but I'm impressed by him.
Yeah, he had a couple runs in the fourth quarter that were just like get off me type of beast mode runs. Just kind of kept going, kept battling, trying to keep getting the yards. And there for a second, I thought he was gonna fall in the end zone. Just fell short, but they gave it to him, let him score a touchdown later in that drive. But yeah, dude, he's a workhorse. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast. They might have something there in Houston, running back wise. Bears at Vikings. Cousins started 18 for 18 in that game. Okay, he's at home against the Bears. He started 18 for 18. You're thinking, okay, the Vikings crushed the Bears. They were losing in the fourth quarter at home to the Bears, but they pulled it out. They won and they got the big win. The Bears just find ways to lose, but I can't watch the Bears play. It's really hard for me. Yeah, I don't know what you think. I know you're high on the Vikings, so.
I'm not like super high on the Vikings, but yes, they're probably going to win their division. Their Bears offense was terrible. It just doesn't move the ball. I think they got a touchdown off of some miraculous catch. Mooney didn't catch the ball in the end zone, but he made a crazy catch to get the ball way down there. But yeah, Justin Fields, he has no weapons. Still feel bad for the dude. I
don't know. It's hard to say if it's just Fields or the O-line or the weapons, or maybe it's just all three. But that's brutal.
It's tough to watch. I definitely think it might be all three.
Yep, and Justin Jefferson had a good game in that game. He looked like a stud, like he is. So,
he had those are 154 yards receiving. Yeah, he's solid. That's
slowed down in the second half too. I think he had over 100 in the first half. But and I have Dalvin Cook on one of my fantasy teams. He finally got in the end zone a couple times. Thank goodness. He's not running the ball that well. So that's it. Those are all the games. Crazy week. Monday Night Football preview. Raiders at Chiefs. Raiders finally got their first win. We got Chiefs -7, over under set at 51.5. Let me just say a few things on this one. Chiefs have won 15 of the last 18 against the Raiders. So they
Wow.
kind of own them. And we talked about that one video where the Niners own the Rams, and it means something, I think. Chiefs have scored 89 points in the 2 games they played them last year. 89. It's almost an average of 45 points a game.
Wow.
Anyways, they've scored 30 or more 5 straight games versus the Raiders. See where I'm getting at here? Yeah. They are second in the league in scoring with 32 points a game. The Chiefs are right now. The only thing I can say about the Raiders that's good news is Renfro's coming back after missing 2 weeks. That's not going to matter because he doesn't play defense. So I have some leans on this game. I'll let you talk about it real quick on what you think about it. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't have
it's
any
a
leans yet and whatnot, just because doing research for the NBA, watching football today, so I haven't really figured out leans and which way I'm going for bets on that one.
yeah,
I think as far as game wise goes, if the Raiders want to win this game, I think they have to commit to running the football to Josh Jacobs. He dominated last week with 28 rushes for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns.
really good game.
So they got to keep the Raiders offense need to stay on the field and keep that Chiefs offense off the field. Kind of like back when teams played Peyton Manning, it was like, we don't want that dude to touch the football. That's basically how it is with Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs offense, because they run the ball well, they throw the ball well, they score well. It's just
They do it
tough
all.
offense.
And
Yeah.
and also it puts less pressure on Derek Carr because you don't want him being the guy that, decides your games all the time. So
Yeah.
guess what? I know it's weird. I'm leaning a lot of things that mean the Chiefs are going to score a lot because that's all they do against the Raiders. And this defense on the Raiders isn't any better than the last few years. So
Yeah.
I'm leaning Mahomes over 275 yards, I think, passing. The only thing I worry about that is they get out to 24-0 lead. They put on the brakes a little bit, but he should get over 275 easy if he tries for even 3/4. So I like that. The Chiefs team total, it's set at 30.5. But like I said, they've scored 30 or more 5 straight times against the Raiders. All I need is 31. I'm leaning that way. Nothing's official yet. You will have to check out on Instagram. And we're going to go over best bet on that game. And then if you want to comment below, if you don't have Instagram, comment on what I think. Tomorrow I'll have something for you. So I'm leaning there. Chiefs -7. I do like a lot. I think they run up the score and they win pretty easily. But anyways, I'll let you know my best bet on that tomorrow. That's it. That's Monday Night Football. That's an okay game. And then week 6, just a quick look ahead. Big games. There's not a lot of them. We got Bills at Chiefs. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Which also is the reason why I might not like Chiefs -7 because they just had a primetime game against the Bucks last week, and now they have a big game against the Bills next week. So this Raiders game is kind of slammed in between. So the motivation factor, we'll see. But Cowboys at Eagles, Sunday Night Football, 4-1 Cowboys against the 5-0 Eagles. That's gonna be a good one. We'll be talking about that. Hopefully we'll have a good bet for you maybe on that game. So another one, Vikings at Dolphins. If it's Skylar Thompson, it's not going to be that great of a game, maybe, but it is in Miami, so Minnesota struggles a little bit away from home. So we'll see. That's a good game. Also, guess who's in primetime again in Week 6? Can we guess who we get to watch on primetime?
I don't want
I
to. I
can't wait.
know. No.
I can't wait.
It's going to be
I love it.
exciting. Points everywhere.
Yeah, and I think it's Monday Night Football. So the Broncos are playing again, right? Or is that Thursday night? I think it's Monday. I'll have to check.
Pretty sure it's a
Either way.
Monday. The Thursday night game's
Okay.
a bad one too, though, where it's like
Oh, that's right.
not
Yeah, it's
super
ugly.
high
Yeah.
scoring. Yeah, it's a snooze fest. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Broncos are on prime time again. This is their 3rd time. Are you guys as excited as I am to watch Russell Wilson and that offense play? I mean, if you are to make plans with family or do anything, have game night at home, whatever you want to do, I'd probably do it during that game. I can tell you it'd probably be like 12-10. I don't even know who the other team is right now. I just know they're in prime time. And so yeah, that should be fun. Okay, I'm done. I just can't believe how many primetime games one team gets. But anyways, that's it. That's all I got for you. Big news. I know you're dying to know this. Mariners play Tuesday against the Astros. ALDS 12:37 first pitch. Be there, be square. Going against Verlander. Holy
Yeah.
crap, that's going to be tough. But you know what? We beat him once. I think he beat us like 4 times this year. But Go M's. Best of 5. Here we go. Make it to the ALCS. Other than that, Ryan, you got anything to wrap up week 5 preview?
I don't think I do. That should be it.
All right, so that's it. We just went to 72 subscribers, so we are moving up. We're getting close to 100. This is awesome. Thanks for staying with us. We're gonna get some more graphics, entertainment. We're working on it, so just stay with us. And thanks to everyone that subscribed. We really appreciate it. It's awesome that we can just talk sports and have people follow. So that's great. I know we love having it or doing it and having fun with it. So NBA videos coming out in the next 2 days. That's right. We are busy. We are diving into the NBA. We'll give out some future bets, some maybe sleeper teams, and preview both conferences. And then in a couple weeks, it's go time. We're gonna probably do a couple videos and give out best bets for NBA. So if you're an NBA bettor, stay tuned, and we'll keep doing NFL and NBA together. It'll be fun. So other than that, thanks again, everybody. I'll probably have an Instagram video out tomorrow for the Monday night game. And until next time, talk to you later.